July 31st, 2020. A player by the name Young Evoh would enter his first recorded tournament. He would then change his name to Blessed Up and continue entering several lower tier 1v1 and 2v2 tournaments. He would flip between Young Evoh and Blessed Up between the tournaments, eventually deciding to keep Young Evoh down the road. One of the first videos ever showing off Evoh is from January 7th, 2021, where Evoh is facing off against Mo in the second season of the Fear 500, a 1v1 tournament hosted by Fear.
We have a battle of the youngsters in the loser semi best of 3. Young Evoh, I believe 13-year-old who has not played much of the ranked 1v1 ladder, but has always shown up and had been here to play.
Fear would continue to upload and stream these qualifier matches, giving more and more exposure to Evoh. Evoh makes it through the qualifier and lands himself in the Fear 500. However, he would come last in the group stage and be eliminated. Evoh continues to enter small tournaments here and there, winning some, losing some, then his first big amount of exposure. Fear's show matches in late May 2021. Evoh loses to the hot commodity, Daniel.
That's game. Daniel will take another win in another $100 prize pool show match.
Twice. He then wins the rest of his show matches against other opponents. After this series of show matches, a lot of people in the scene started to take note of him and realize he had potential. He continues to enter small tournaments and continues his tear in show matches. However, one glaring issue with Evoh in these show matches is that he can't seem to win over top tier competition. Daniel, Moxie, Wiz, all of these players beat Evoh, but everyone that is even a little bit lower on the one's tier list, he completely demolishes. Then his second big break happens. Garrett G uploads a video of him and Evoh playing together.
And today I'm going to be playing with, unfortunately, someone you probably haven't heard of unless you're really into the scene. But you need to get to know the name because he's going to be around for a while. He's very good. His name's Evoh.
This video is sitting at 171,000 views. Everyone responds very well to this video, and it really puts Evoh into the spotlight. Evoh gets signed to Exile on April 27th, 2022, 6 months before he's eligible to compete in RLCS. Exile was known to make regionals, but not really do much otherwise, usually getting last or second to last. Towards the end of summer, he re-explodes onto the scene. He goes back into Fear's show matches and dominates the players at the time. Toxic, Chronic, KV1, then Chronic again. The new season of RLCS comes around. With young players having the reputations to be extremely good, Evoh was seen as a significant improvement to Exile's roster. However, that improvement was short-lived. Exile didn't qualify for a single regional for the entirety of the fall split. There were rumors about why they had a bad split, but I'm not getting into any drama here. In short, the team fell apart and everyone went their own separate ways. Now at the same time, a different team by the name of Dignitas were looking for a new third as theirs was trying out elsewhere. They tried out Evoh, it went well, but they still wanted to keep looking. Then all hell broke loose. Rise, wanting to come from Europe all the way to America to join V1, started a domino effect that sent the NA transfer scene into chaos.
We had the most crazy offseason out of anybody. It's not close. We had to wait for all that stuff to happen before we did it.
You were like the last domino.
We were the last one to fall, basically.
Players getting dropped, replaced, then offered a spot back again after they already found a new team was way too common.
You're looking up, you've got like V1, Optic, all the stuff happening. You're just trying to like catch whoever's falling through.
That's exactly what was happening.
On top of all of this, the deadline was approaching quickly and Dignitas was caught in the crossfire. They didn't have a third.
We picked up Evoh last minute, basically, because our other option fell through and went somewhere else.
How last minute was that, like that acquisition for this split?
Minutes, hours. At the end, we were left with no options, with a couple hours left in the trade window. So we were hitting up pretty much everyone we could to kind of figure out who's available. And there was one option, it was Evoh.
On the last day before roster lock, Dignitas was hitting up every player they have ever tried out with. Evoh responded and got the spot. They signed him immediately, and then they realized they signed a player that they have scrimmed with once, maybe twice.
So we scrimmed once, probably 3 weeks before we made the decision to sign him. Well, I think we had one scrim.
One scrim in 3 weeks ago, then you're like, right, again, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, so we basically signed him on no scrims.
This player also didn't have that good of results and seemed to not be able to make a regional for whatever reason. Evoh has a lot to prove. If this team also falls apart and can't make a regional, he might never get another chance at making it to the big stage. Evoh has to redeem himself and show he is worth it. And Evoh does just that. They get top 4, a great place to be in heading towards the major, but everyone said this was a fluke. So even though they beat Version 1, Space Station, 2 teams that were at the previous major, they needed to prove themselves even more. The next regional, Dignitas choke and lose to Pittsburgh Knights, getting 9th to 12th. So they fly out everyone for a boot camp and set out to making the major. Getting a top 8 would almost guarantee their major spot, but Space Station Gaming wants to take it.
To tell you exactly what we need to do and it'll work. Okay, we're not playing the style we've wanted to play at all. We are pushing way too early. We're trying to play way too fast, and they are just sitting and countering us and camping net, and then they have all the space to transition. They're playing the exact way we want it to play against them. When you are on the ball 50th, simple as do not push out early. Do not start pushing for demos until we are in their half. Keep the ball sit very deep. Get them in our half. All their chances are when we have offense. Nothing we're doing is making it hard for them because we're just using 100 boost, sending 2, and then we're getting put in bad spots. Sit deep. Stop banging the ball. Stop going for risky solo plays. Keep the ball. That's it. We need to break them out of their shell. It's what we did so well game 1. Is their second would dive, and then there would be a huge gap of space between Daniel and their second. Keep the ball. Force them to challenge. Slow the game down. Make their life hell. Okay?
Yep.
Dignitas went from being a top 12 team to qualifying for the Winter Major with Evoh. Evoh went from a once prodigy that couldn't translate it into 3s to making a lower tier team break into the top ranks. Things are looking up for Evoh Dignitas, and I can't wait to see where they go from here.